let's say you have a 3,000 square foot space, all right? And I don't know, let's say it's a juice bar gonna go in there. And it's a really good location, and the juice bars, you know, you wanna have them as a tenant, and you like what they're doing, but you're just not sure. You're like, okay, well, we're offering this space for, I don't know, $10 a foot. So $10 a foot for the juice bar. Who's got math on this? All right, so the juice bar is paying $2,500 a month. Okay, and let's say their lease is gonna be for 5 years, because you can't do a 1 year. Well, you can, it's just not ridiculous, it doesn't make sense. So you've got a 5-year deal at about $30,000 a year. So you have 30,000, what is that, 150. So the value of that lease is 150K. Now, here's where it gets interesting. When you lease for 5 years, everybody's putting their money in multifamily right now, right? Apartments. You guys have probably heard this like crazy. What's the problem with apartments? Number one, they're the toughest thing to manage. I don't care what anybody tells you. They're really, really tough to manage, right? Number two, all the leases are like 1 year typically, 14 months, whatever, they're 1 year. And number three, if something breaks, who's responsible? The owner. The owner has to take care of this. What's the beauty of having a juice bar?
They take care of it.
They take care of everything. You do nothing. So they get all their licenses, their permits, they're billed out usually. Everything else for the juice bar, you just let me know how you're doing, how much longer you want to stay. And your leases increase over time. So every year, your lease goes up by 3% usually. So the first year, you're paying $2,500 a month. Second year, maybe you're paying 26, 27. Your income is going up. You only manage the outside, the parking lot, roof, make sure everything's nice and clean, no trees. Everything inside the space, they manage. Now, with a system like this, something that's so easy, and if you have a 10,000 square foot center, that's only 30% of your space. Okay, if that one tenant leaves, the bank is not giving you a loan because you're below 70%. Now, if that's below 70%, a guy like me knows you can't finance this property. So there's only one of two ways to buy it. Number one is bridge debt, hard money, something like that. And number two, you have to do some kind of owner financing, or we have to work out a term where if I find you the tenant, you will figure out some kind of terms with the bank at that point, right? So when all these retail spots are going away because GNC and Walgreens and all these big companies and Gymboree in the mall, you guys seen these places? All these businesses are kind of going away. What happens to those employees that are renting apartments? Not very good. Now what happens to those appointments? They have houses probably, right? So these vacant spaces, somebody has to pick them up and fill them. And in the next year, retail is going to be, it's going to be where it's at. Get your eyes open, start looking for it. That's where everyone wants to be. Right now, you're hearing retail apocalypse. No one wants retail. The easiest way to make money is do the opposite of what everybody's doing. You'll just be eons ahead. It's so simple. So if everybody's buying apartments are overvalued. You're getting 5.5%, maybe 6% cap rates. That means return on your money. It's very, very high. It's very tough to compete. There's a ton of these retail buildings. Now, here's the best part. So let's say you're buying a $1 million retail building right now. Let's say the building's selling for $1 million. Right now, it's cheaper for you to buy it than build new, right? For the most part, replacement costs. So you're buying the building maybe for $100 a foot. Let's just throw a number out there, which is pretty decent. Once you get in there and you get some tenants and you increase that cash flow and stabilize it, now you're able to go upwards of $250, maybe $300 a foot. So you're able to double and triple your money very, very easily. All you have to do is find the tenants. There's a very easy way to find these people. Remember, we're in Florida right now. Wendy's, for example, operates in Nebraska, Wyoming, everywhere. They don't have a real estate department to go into every state and find all these locations. How do they find their locations? They have reps, and the reps talk to these people. They talk to brokers in certain areas. So if you have a good spot that's just lost the juice bar, all you have to do is call whatever Yo-Yo Juice or Jamba Juice or something and tell them, hey, I may have a really good location for you. I know the owner. I can probably get you guys worked in some kind of build out terms or something like that. And that would be super, super big way to get ahead, because borrowing money is going to be cheaper. Money is really, really inexpensive right now. It is. It's still very, very inexpensive, right? You're borrowing it very little because secured assets right now make the value less expensive. So if you're borrowing on a credit card, it's 30% interest rates. If you're borrowing it on your house or your car, you're paying like 3 to 5%. You're paying very, very low, right? Now, if you're a consumer, if you're just a citizen and you want to put money in the bank, they're giving you, I don't know, 1%, whatever the rates are, they're giving you very little. So they're getting this money from you. So if day one, tomorrow, you put 100 grand in the bank, you go there tomorrow, your 100 grand's not there anymore, right?